So we have an amazing training today, and I'm excited to be taking us through. It will be a brief but very important session, and that is effective leadership. So if you allow me, I'll be sharing my slides so that in the next few minutes, we are done. Sorry. Let me got the right slides. I think I'm there. Okay, yeah, effective leadership. Anyone who has been in the business for some time would agree with me that of all the things you must really work on so much is the leadership. You can only grow as far as your leadership has grown, right? So this is a very, very critical topic that we want to be looking at. So effective leadership. Dr. Malusi, if you can see my slides, kindly, you can confirm that you can see my slides.
Yes, PT, I can say it is written effective leadership.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being on video. You know, it's encouraging when you are seeing someone, not just gadgets. All right. So effective leadership. Here we are talking of inspiring and guiding your team to achieve their goals and promote growth and sustainability of the business. The keywords: one, inspiring. Inspiration is where you make people to do something that perhaps under normal circumstances they would not have done. That's inspiration. And we are talking of your team. So the assumption here is that you're not working alone. But even in the event where you are alone, that's still a team. It's only that it has only one member, yourself. And if you cannot lead yourself, chances are you won't lead others if God gives you a team. And the reason why we want to inspire and guide our teams is basically so that they can achieve their goals. Did you know that once your team achieves what they want to achieve, you will have achieved what you want to achieve? Your success is basically the sum total of all the successes within your team. So always look at it from that perspective. So the agenda is to help your individual team members to achieve what they want to achieve. And that brings growth. But now sustainability is only possible if the team members are growing to the level where they can be able to build their own businesses, even without you. Otherwise, as long as they are dependent on you, then there will never be sustainability. All right? And this is important to mention that leadership is not dependent on your title in the business. In our business, there is the tendency, an illusion that the higher the level you've grown in the business, the higher the level of leadership. No, it's not. It is expected that as you grow in the business, your level of leadership is also growing, but then unless you are intentional, that is not necessarily so. And I want to agree with what J.C. Maxwell says, that leadership is not about titles, possessions, but influence. None other you've ever read a book by Robin Sharma, The Leader Without a Title. He really alludes to the fact that you can be a leader at any position as long as you're able to influence others. But let's underscore the word here, influence, and perhaps add something small, positive influence, because there are leaders who also have negative influence. We call them narcissistic leaders, leaders who influence people in a big way, like of Idi Amin, but negatively. they have negative influence. So leadership is not about titles, but influence. So wherever you are, whether you have just started a business or you've been around for a long time, kindly take leadership as part of your life. And the earlier, the better. Now, the business grows to the level you have grown yourself. I love saying this. If you are this high and your business is this low, then your business will come up looking for you because you're up there. And if you are down here, your business is miraculously up here. Business again will finally look for you. So to come down looking for you. So beware of where you are in your growth as a person. That is why personal development is very key in our business. So the business grows to the level you have grown. Now let's quickly look at areas where we really need effective leadership in our business. And this is very important. Of course, you need it even outside our business, whatever you do out there. Now start by the very first one here. Attraction and retention of quality prospects. We say that you don't attract the prospects that you want. You attract the prospects that are like you. So you attract who you are, not who you want. You attract who you are, not what you want. Not who you want. Very important. So if you want to build a business of strong people, leaders, visionary people, then become that first. So if you've embraced effective leadership, chances are you are likely to attract people of that caliber. So you first position yourself in a very good position for you to be able to attract the kind of people that you want. All right, now the second very key area where we need effective leadership is in training and development of the team members. When you think of training and development, one thing that should come into your mind is skills, impacting the right skills. How do you impact that which you've not gotten yourself? You cannot give out from an empty vessel. You have first to really have acquired the right skills. That's part of effective leadership. Then you're able now to train your team members and to develop them, to increase their capacity. You may also want to look at leadership as capacity, because the bigger your capacity, the easier it will be for you to lead, and the higher you are going to take the people that you are leading. So training and development. And this is very critical in our business, because we are not in a business of building followers. We're in a business of building leaders, people who have developed themselves. There are many areas where we really must develop. I'll be mentioning some of them, but training and development of the team members is very critical, and that is where you need effective leadership. Soon, trust me, the person on in this call will soon be having their own trainings. So when you have your own training, what will you be doing if you never took time to grow yourself? So in the next slide, we'll be looking at how you grow yourself to become an effective leader. And that's the only way you are going to be able to train and develop your team members. Effective leadership is also important in fostering a positive team culture. Culture, when you talk about culture, it's a way of doing things. There are some teams and people who embrace a culture of excellence, and others a culture of mediocrity. They're just there. They want to work for the bare minimum. They will ask you, what's the minimum expected points that I should do per month? They're looking for the minimum. Okay. So culture, a way of doing things. For us as Superstars team, we have a culture of excellence, a culture of honesty and integrity, ethics, just doing the right things and the right way, building trust. Of course, when you are honest, people will trust you. So effective leadership is critical in fostering a positive team culture. And remember, to build a culture, it takes a long time. But once you've built the culture, then it works for you. It propagates many other aspects of success in your business. So take time to build yourself as a leader and cultivate the right culture that you are going to cascade down to your team members. All right. Articulation and realization of the team vision. From day one, when you get into the business and into the Superstars team, we expect that you start learning the vision of the team. Where are we going? What do we want to achieve? What's our mission? Like our mission should always be on your fingertips to help individuals start their own businesses so that they can realize additional income for financial freedom, travel around the world, and enjoy a better lifestyle. Simple mission. And once you've mastered the mission and the vision, now you make sure that you are cascading that down to all your team members. Now, this is the importance of doing that. You don't want to be pushing your members, your team. You want them to be pushed by the vision of what they want to achieve. That is why when you are joining Superstars team, if perhaps I brought you into the business, the first thing I would really want to ask is, why have you started the business? Why have you joined us? Or why do you want to join us? I'm trying to make sure that I instill that vision of the team so that it is the one that you'll be running because of. The Bible says, where there is no vision, people perish. So when you write the vision in a very clear way, you yourself, you are going to run for it, and the people who will be coming after you will also be able to run because they can see clearly what the vision is. Write it in big letters, capital letters. Excellent. The next very important thing is, how do you develop effective leadership? We've said anyone from any level can be able to build or cultivate or develop effective leadership. Now, a couple of things that we need to do so that we develop the right or the effective leadership we are talking about. The very first one is what we've mentioned. Internalize and share the vision clearly. How clear is the vision? Your personal vision. Don't even focus on the general team. Your personal vision. How clear is it? Did you know that many people are not so sure of what they want to achieve in their lives? If that is the case, honestly speaking, if that's the case, how can you be able to lead others? You must lead yourself to lead others. So internalize and share the vision clearly, both to prospects and to your team members. Number two, be the best student. For you to be the best teacher or leader, it's surprising that there are people who don't take this training so seriously. The recurrent training, psycho training every Tuesday, 8 p.m. But there are some people, unless they're reminded, they will not come in. So they are not really the best students, and therefore it will be difficult for them to be the best teachers. So well done for those who are very keen on trainings. That is how you become a leader. That's how you develop effective leadership, because you learn from others. By standing on the shoulders of giants, you see farther than even the giants. Now, very important here, have a mentor and mentor others. Have a mentor. Now, our business, we work it as a team, but let me give you a challenge. You don't want to hide in the team. Hope we are hearing this. You don't want to hide in the team. There is something we call group think, where people are in a group, so they just do things because that's what they do as a group. Group think, no creativity, no special way of doing things. But you want to get out of that and take the business as mine, and you seek from your mentor on how to build your own business. And the best way of learning is teaching. So when you learn from your mentor, make sure if God has helped you with a team member, you also mentor them. You mentor others, you become the best student. You learn by doing. Of course, you don't just pick anyone to be your mentor. You want someone who is exemplary, someone whom you look up to, that when you grow up, you want to be like them. So don't just pick anyone. The person must be successful. The person must be of good standing, character-wise, integrity-wise, all that. Okay. And someone who is interested in you growing. They have your interest in mind and heart. Right? And then embrace ownership and responsibility from onset. From day one, when you start the business, embrace ownership. Note that you are now the CEO of your business. It's not about the person who brought you into the business or your mentor or your upline. No, it is up to you. So you want to learn quickly, what must I do to succeed? It's not like in employment where there is a boss and you are there. Sometimes you become cunning. You can leave the coat on the chair and disappear, come in the evening, and so be thought you've been there the whole day. Here, if you cheat yourself. In fact, I dare say entrepreneurs pay themselves. No one pays them. So if you don't take full responsibility and you say if it has to be, it's up to me, then you are likely never to become an effective leader. And when you take ownership and responsibility, you're also going to make mistakes. But then the beauty is you learn from those mistakes. In fact, the worst thing that you can ever do is to avoid mistakes. And that's why many people don't want to own their business, because they're afraid of making mistakes. Make the mistakes, learn, become better. And finally, uphold and exercise leadership key values. This is the minimum expectation of anyone who wants to become an effective leader. You want to uphold things like honesty and integrity. You don't do the right thing because someone is watching. You do the right thing because that is who you are. It's your value. It's part of your life, who you are, honesty and integrity. Ethical leadership or ethical behavior. You know, I recommend that you shouldn't put money first in our business. Instead, you should put people, you should put others, you should put God ahead of everything else in our business, so that you don't have ethical question. No one can pin you down on issues to do with ethics or your behavior, your demeanor. Personal management. Now, what comes into your mind when we talk of personal management? People call it time management, but then I'm of the opinion that you cannot manage time. I mean, the time was the same before you were born. You came the other day. How are you going to manage it? You cannot add a minute on top of the 24 hours that we have. But you can manage yourself to fit in the time. So when you are right on time for meetings, that is personal management. When you are doing the right thing at the right time, personal management. Okay? And of course, discipline. Doing what you should do, not because it is what favors you or what is convenient for you, but because that is what should be done. Think about our business. If you are to do the key things that you should be doing, the basic 3, or the success habits, then it's out of discipline. Without discipline, you won't do them. So what we are saying in a nutshell is, for you to cultivate effective leadership, you must internalize and share the vision clearly, be the best students, and always a student. Never graduate in our business. Have a mentor and mentor others. Embrace ownership and responsibility. Be your own CEO. And finally, uphold and exercise leadership key values: honesty, integrity, ethical behavior, personal management, discipline, and so on and so forth. And in closing, I want to close by this quote by one leadership guru, Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker says, management is doing things right. That is management. And that is not what we are really up to for today. Leadership is doing the right things. So management is doing things right, but leadership is doing the right things. Well, both are important, but see, if you are doing the right things always, you are likely to do things right, finally. So stop managing, start leading. Remember, we've said you can lead from any level in your business. It doesn't matter where you are. So are you a new distributor in the business? Are you a new member in the team? And you desire to build a huge empire? Then leadership is not optional. It is a must from day one. So as a parting shot, read leadership books. All the books you are seeing behind me here, these are not the academic books and the journals. No, all these are leadership books. And I have, I think, 100 times more than this in the soft copy, but I also love hard copy so that I can underline as I read and make notes. So read leadership books, listen to YouTube channel, the leadership gurus and inspirations, attend trainings, and all this will help you to become an effective leader. And be intentional. It is not about just attending trainings and reading. It's about also being very intentional. So that is it for effective leadership in our business. I hope that helps us to build strong businesses. And we want to pause that on that and transition to the next session, which is recognition, which I want to do in a few minutes.